Hi, this is Aziz Khan. This is lecture number 17 of Basics of Microwave Propagation. Here we will just talk about the phase changes due to reflection. And just to let you know that some of my videos should be very small because I want to keep different ideas in different videos so that if I talk about 2, 3 things in the same video, I feel that sometimes it's a bit burden. So I want to keep things simple and to the point. So this is a very small idea. We will just talk about it, and I have put it in a different video so that if you want to know something exactly about it, then it will help you. And if I merge it in some other thing, then it sometimes it becomes a bit confusing. So I want to keep one idea in one video. So here we'll just talk, like in the previous video we talk about the reflection. That there's an incident wave and there's a reflective wave, but now we will talk about that being in phase and being out of phase. So basically whenever the any wave, whenever it hits a surface, then at the moment when it hits, there's a physics law that when it hits the surface, the phase is reversed. It reverses its phase, but now it is traveling towards the receiver side. Now the problem is that when we have a very high frequency wave, then it has a very small wavelength. So depending on the path, how much is the length of the path and how much is the length of one phase of a microwave, based on that the receive may be in phase, it may be fully out of phase, or it may be partially out of phase. So this we have to understand as a concept that it is not like that. For example, that if every wave which is incidental, if you have learned it in physics, we generally say that whatever, because this is true for, like, for example, for the Fresnel zone, we know that whatever hit inside the Fresnel zone, it is received as a fully out of phase thing. It is because the length within the Fresnel zones, they are there's a lot of mathematics of it, and because it is the Fresnel zone is made because of the size of Fresnel zone depends on the frequency. The first Fresnel zone has such a size that anything which is incidental on the edge of the Fresnel zone, then it is always received as out of phase. But it is not the case of every surface. For example, the surface of water, it may not be some exact number of a Fresnel zone. So whatever is coming to the receiver as an incident wave, it may be in phase or out of phase or partially out of phase. So I think this was a topic that at least you should give you something you should keep in your mind. And because whenever we are learning, initially we learn something which kind of corrupts our main understanding. So we should have a broader understanding that okay, whatever is coming back to the receiver, it may be in phase, out of phase, or partially out of phase. It depends a lot on how much path is being traversed. When the light hits something, then after that, how much distance it covered to reach the receiver. Based on that distance and the wavelength of the frequency, it may be in phase, out of phase, or partially out of phase. So I hope that this point should be now a bit understood to you. So see you in my next video. Goodbye.